In this video, I want to go over some divergences. There's so many things that you can look for divergences on. This is an RSI, standard 14 period RSI. So here I'm seeing divergences. Price is moving higher, RSI is lower. Price is higher, RSI is lower. Price is higher, RSI is lower. And I'm getting these stars printed from an indicator called Divergence Engine that will measure divergence on any oscillator. I've used it with the RSI, the MACD, stochastics, MFI. I've used it with volume. I've used it with delta. There's so many things you can measure the divergence on. You can have multiple instances of this indicator alerting you to divergences without having to have several different oscillators down here taking up chart space. And also just to give you a nice visual reminder when there's divergence present. And as I've mentioned many times before, when I see signals appear, I'm not just taking the signals right when they appear just because the signal appears. I'm factoring in a lot of different things. But one simple approach that you can use for any indicator signal is to wait for some kind of confirmation that price is moving in the direction that the indicator says it is moving in. So we're getting some bearish divergence here. Well, we want to see price break below recent lows. Whether it's very recent lows or semi-recent lows, we want to break and close below one of the previous levels here. So here's our first signal candle. We don't actually get a close below this level until this candle right here. So when you see one of these bearish divergences, wait for some confirmation. Same thing with this bullish divergence on the RSI. We get the signal right there. We never close above. We never get a close above that. Here's another case of very clear divergence. See, price makes its low here. Look at the RSI, look how low it is. Here we make a lower low. Price is lower than the most recent low, making lower lows. Look at the RSI. RSI is much higher. Some classic divergence right there. And we've got the Divergence Engine indicator alerting us to this condition. And we get a break and close above either of these recent highs, and we pop up almost 50 points right there. This is a 1 minute chart. Just a couple more divergence signals later in the afternoon. See, we're making lower lows. RSI is creeping up, getting some divergence. Then here, we start making higher highs a little bit. RSI is a little bit lower. That divergence isn't as obvious. Nothing extreme, but we're still getting the visual cues from the Divergence Engine. So when is divergence a bad idea? Well, if you've got this on a shorter time frame, or sometimes even the 1 minute, if the market's trending strong in one direction or the other, you can get a lot of divergences and price will keep moving in the direction it wants to. Here's yesterday morning. This is all in the first 10 minutes of the New York Open. Divergences like this are harder to see, but the indicator is still mathematically calculating them. But with this divergence signal to the downside, we don't actually get a close below the trigger candle until this candle, which we also have a divergence signal to the downside. And if you were waiting for it to break below these recent lows, we don't get a short entry until this candle. Price drops over 50 points there. This divergence signal to the upside, we never break above these highs or recent highs to trigger that long signal. So one of my number one tips when trying to trade off of indicator signals, wait for some kind of confirmation that price is going to go in the same direction that your indicator says it's going. So this Divergence Engine indicator for ninZa can choose how far it's looking back, all kinds of different sensitivities. It's got the usual pop-ups and alerts and the ability to change these signals to say whatever you want. So if you're monitoring 5 different oscillators for divergences, I can type in RSI now I know which signal this is. So if I have another instance of divergence engine on here measuring divergences on the stochastics or the MACD, I can label them appropriately and know which one is popping up on my chart. But right here, the data series, the input series, this is where you can choose the indicator that you want to measure the divergence on. Stochastics, RSI, MACD, volume. I like using the volume as well. Here's our one volume divergence signal. I don't even have to have the volume indicator on my chart taking up space. I can just be measuring the divergence right within this indicator and it will print the signal for me. So with just this one indicator, I can measure divergence on many, many different sources. So if you're someone that enjoys trading with divergences, this can be a very valuable tool. I hope you got some great ideas for your own trading. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more.